Welcome to The Explainer, and hey, welcome to our special series where we look at relationships through the lens of the weekly Torah portion, the Parashat Shavua, with the wonderful Mazal Klein. Today, we are diving into something I think a lot of people can relate to, the idea of using joy as fuel, specifically for dating.
So let's just jump right in. There's this famous saying, right? When the month of Adar enters, we increase our joy. Sounds great, in theory, but what happens when you're supposed to be joyful, but dating just feels, well, totally draining? How in the world are you supposed to make those two things fit together? It can feel like a real conflict.
All right, first things first, let's just be real about that feeling. It's so common. Mazal Klein talks about this all the time. She sees so many singles in her practice who are just worn out. And we're not talking about being physically tired, you know? We're talking about that deep down emotional exhaustion that comes from the search.
You know the cycle, right? It's like, okay, another conversation, another background check, another, I don't think so. And that repetition, that up and down of getting your hopes up and then feeling let down, wow, that creates a serious kind of emotional burnout. It's a real thing and it can feel incredibly heavy.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem. Mazal Klein puts it so well. When we get into that exhausted state, our energy just closes up shop. And guess what follows right behind? Our heart. It's like a protective mechanism. But the crazy thing is, by closing off to protect ourselves, we accidentally end up blocking the very connection we're hoping to find.
So, is there a way out of this cycle? Absolutely. And it starts with a complete rethink of what joy actually is. We tend to think of it as this decoration, you know, a nice little bonus, something we put on for a special occasion. But that's not it at all.
Here's the big reframe. This is so important. Joy is not a decoration. It's fuel. It's not the trophy you get at the finish line of finding a relationship. No, it's the high-performance fuel you have to put in your tank just to run the race.
Okay, so what do we even mean by joy in this context? Think of it like a radio frequency that you're broadcasting. It's this energy that sends out a really clear signal. A signal that says, hey, I'm good with myself. I'm alive, I'm present, I'm open. And, maybe most importantly, I'm here to share something, not just to take something. Right, so that all sounds good, but let's get practical. How does this whole joy frequency thing actually work on a date? Why does this energy matter so much when you're sitting across the table from someone?
Well, when you arrive filled with that kind of joyful energy, you can literally feel the difference. The whole atmosphere of the date just changes. The conversation flows better. There's this lightness in the air that actually allows you to get to know each other. And here's why. People connect to energy. They don't fall in love with a list of your accomplishments. They connect with who you are.
And this is maybe the biggest internal shift of all. When you're fueled by joy, you stop operating from that insecure place of, I hope they like me, I hope they choose me. Instead, you shift into a confident, mature mindset. You're not auditioning anymore. You're assessing. You're asking, is this connection actually right for me? Okay, this is the million-dollar question, right? If joy is the fuel, how do we fill up the tank? Because let's be honest, it doesn't just magically appear. We have to be really intentional about cultivating it. So, here are 5 really practical steps you can take. And what's so powerful about these is that they have nothing to do with finding someone else. It's all about you. First, invest in yourself. Do stuff you actually love. Second, remember your small successes and see every single date as a learning experience. Third, and this is a big one, release the pressure. Let go of the it has to happen now feeling. Fourth, strengthen your faith. Trust that there are seasons to life. And finally, number 5, surround yourself with optimistic, hopeful people. Your environment matters so much. And what's really cool is that when you start thinking this way, you realize it's so much bigger than just dating. This isn't just a strategy to find a partner. It's really a blueprint for how to live.
I mean, that's the real takeaway here. Joy isn't just a tool you pull out of the box when you're looking for a relationship and then put back when you're done. It's a choice. It's the way you choose to live your life every single day. And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? When Adar enters, we increase our joy. But now, hopefully, that phrase feels a little different. It's not just a nice saying. It's a practical roadmap for living a much fuller, more connected life, all starting from the inside.
Now, if this whole idea really speaks to you and you feel like you could use some support in putting it into practice, you're definitely invited to get in touch with Mazal Klein. She is a fantastic coach for marriage and happy relationships, and she really helps couples and individuals work on that closer communication. So let's leave it with this thought. You don't have to wait for joy to show up.
You actually have the power to turn it on yourself. So my question for you is, what is one small thing you can do, like right now, today, to start filling up your own tank?